Hello everyone, I'm Alex Smith and this is Rupert Honeywood from Biz-Growth Bureau. In the last episode we were talking about self-sabotage and what that may look like inside of our personal life and also our business life. And in the episode before that was we were talking about the importance of actually knowing your numbers. So if you didn't actually get a chance to watch that, go back, have a check of that. It's really, really crucial, especially if you are new to business or if you're struggling to find out where you may be able to be or where you may be going wrong. Some really good pointers in there. Today's video is more about an introduction of what's to come. And what we're going to be talking about is the social selling blueprint that we use inside of our own business, but also we give to our clients as well. And what does that social selling blueprint look like, Rupert?
Well, the social selling blueprint really is around three things. The first part is putting in place and finding your ideal type of leads.
Yep.
We can explain how to do that. The second part is putting in place a really good prospect nurturing process.
Yep.
And the third part is really to do with the whole sales optimization process.
Perfect. It's the three crucial cogs that we use to get the results that we do in our business. The first, lead generation, we are going to go into a lot more detail about this next, but for people watching right now, what are the three top platforms right now, Rupert, to use for lead generation? First in B2B, but also B2C as well.
Right. In the B2B space, really LinkedIn has to be right at the top there, especially if you're offering a fairly high product or service, or you're trying to get sponsors or partners as well.
Yeah.
In the B2B and B2C space, there's a bit of a crossover. Facebook is very good. You can do some very clever targeted marketing through that. And if your product or service is very visual, or you've got some great stories to tell, Instagram is rapidly coming out there now as being a very strong platform.
100%. And also, so the second cog about prospect nurturing, what does that look like, and why does that work so well for us?
Well, the prospect nurturing process really is building on the relationship of trust. So if you and I go out networking and I was to give you my business card and say, buy my stuff, and then walk away again, it would make you feel pretty disenfranchised because you don't feel that you've been valued as a person. But for some reason, people seem to feel that that's acceptable behaviour online, and then they wonder why that people don't want to buy from them or ask more.
I suppose it would be a good point to put in here. If you're watching now, obviously we're going to delve a lot more into this in one of the later episodes coming. But I suppose it'd be important to look at yourself if you're new to business or if you've recently started or you've been going quite a while now and people just aren't buying from you and you're wondering why. Maybe look at your process. How are you taking people? What value are you providing before? What value are you providing during? And what actually are you doing after the sale? Because there's still a crucial amount of work to do after the sale. Once someone's bought from you, they're not just bought, are they? They are then a customer for life. And how are you engaging with that customer after they've bought from you? And that's a really crucial thing to think about. And the third step is what, Rupert?
Well, really is around the whole sales optimization piece. And you're dead right. It's really important from the very beginning to treat that lead or prospect in the way that you or I would like to be treated.
Yeah.
Because if people remember those experiences and how you made them feel, and when it comes to the sales part of it, especially again if it's a higher value type of proposition, then it's about building on the depth of that relationship and using two ears and one mouth, and then taking people through that experience so that they feel that you've got their best interest at heart. Then they're going to be much more likely to close as a potential deal.
It probably would be a great time to mention for you watching, we've actually got a webinar on all of this as well. So we actually run a webinar, it's actually weekly at the moment. We're moving into the point where it's going to be 2 or 3 times a week. Of where we actually delve a lot more into actually what we're talking about now. So we look at what the actual lead generation side of it looks like. We look at what the prospect nurturing looks like, along with example questions that you could use. And the third bit as well is actually we talk a lot about what a consultative sale actually is. How do I go from just being an order taker or a good salesperson? How do I actually become a consultative salesperson? How do I take that process? How do I take someone through a journey with me? And how do I actually turn them into real assets of my business and so on and so forth. Now, as we said, this is just an introductory video, so I suppose we can nicely wrap it up there. What's to come is a full video about lead generation, the platforms that we use, why we use them, and what you could be doing maybe to use them as well. We'll then be looking at the prospect nurturing side of it and actually what that looks like with key messages that we use. And to wrap that final episode up, the third episode to come after this, it'd actually be what sales optimization looks like. What words do I use? How do I have a sales conversation? And how do I actually take someone from a starting cold prospect all the way over to a hot prospect or even buying my stuff? So as I said, I'm Alex Smith. This is Rupert Honeywood. Anything else to say, Rupert?
I think that's a good wrap.
We've wrapped it up there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. As I always say, your feedback is our oxygen. Thank you so much for watching. If you have got any comments, good or bad, throw them below. We'd be so humbled by that. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Cheers.